Did you know that we have $1 trillion diet industry and that we've never been more fed in the history of mankind? Take a guess. Why is that? Why would that be? Because we all know that those chips or those cookies or that fatty bacon might not be the best for us, yet still we eat it. And these diet industry companies, they make gang cash. So why is it that we know what to do and what not to do, yet still we continually persist in doing that which we know we shouldn't be doing? Fascinating, isn't it? Well, it's real simple actually. The reason is because of willpower will fail. We know what to do, yet everything that is easy to do is also easy not to do, as Jim Rohn put it. Hi, my name is Anton Bennink, and I would like to welcome you to the Freedom Lifestyle Show, where I share my tips, tricks, and tools that I learned throughout my journey of personal discovery, personal development. And I try to help you as well step on that journey to create more freedom of your life, freedom of mind, freedom of financial wealth, freedom of amazing health, and freedom of amazing relationships, and the freedom to choose the way that you want to live and live that way. Well, let's move on to our $1 trillion diet industry, yet us having never been more fed in the history of mankind. The challenge is that willpower will fail. We've got higher faculties in our mind. We've got our perception, our will, our imagination, our intuition, our memory, and our reason. And this is the power of our will. Our ability to focus on one thing with the exclusion to all others. And yes, we can train our willpower, we can train our will, but eventually there are going to be other ideas in our mind that are going to pop up and that are going to persuade us to maybe not do that which we know we shouldn't be doing. So how do we, knowing that our willpower will eventually fail, go about doing that which we know we should be doing? And it has a lot to do with discipline. Discipline is basically doing what you know you should be doing, but are not usually doing it. But it also has a lot to do with routines and structures. And as you are, just like me and probably many other people out there, not a great fan initially of building routines and structures into your life because, hey, we like that flexibility, we like that flow. We need it to be able to be disciplined, to be able to do the things that we know we should be doing. We have to turn them into habitual behaviors, which has a lot to do with our paradigm. What is a paradigm again? A paradigm is a mental program that has almost exclusive control over our habitual behavior. And note this, almost all our behavior is habitual. So that mental program, that multitude of habits that is stuck in our subconscious mind, runs almost everything in our day. Think about it. When you wake up in the morning, the first hour or the first 30 minutes before you are dressed up and about and in your car off to work, what have you done? Probably you've done the exact same thing as that you've done yesterday. And you know that when you've got a spouse or a partner in life, you don't mess with their morning routines. This morning routine is an idea of how you can build that structure in your life to start doing the things that you know you should be doing, because it is all about our habitual behavior. That chips, that packet of chips, it doesn't just fly off the shelf into our pie holes, we consciously have to reach out, grab that packet of chips, sit on the couch in the evening, open it and start eating it. Why do we do that? Well, we know it is better to not do that, because it is part of that paradigm. It is part of that mental program that almost exclusively controls our habitual behavior. So that we get that food, that we eat that food, and in this case I use the example food, but it can be example in approach of relationships, it can be example of how you manage your finances. But when you eat that food and you get that and you eat it, that is part of your mental program, that is part of your habitual behavior. And we have to change that paradigm, we have to change that mental program to be able to do things differently. And to be able to do things differently consistently, we have to turn it into a habit. So to be able to continuously do that which we know we should be doing, we have to build routines and structures into our daily lives that help us assure certain habitual behaviors. Say, for example, when you consciously think about how do I put my morning together to win the day? Because as we all know, win the morning and win the day. How would my morning look like? What would I do first when I wake up? What would I do second? What would I do third? Well, let's even start with what time would I wake up? And then what are the things that I would do to set myself up for a successful day? Turn that into a habit, and that keystone habit will start to influence every other area of your life. Everything will build upon everything else. When you implement one new positive habit into your life, all other areas of your life will be affected as well. And not just your life, the lives of the people around you as well. Because when you improve the quality of your being, when you become a happier, a healthier, and a wealthier human being, you're able to share that abundance with everybody around you. And that is what I'd really love for you to achieve in this life as well. Get absolute clarity on what it is that you want, and then start identifying, where am I? And what are the different steps that I can take to go into that direction? And then you'll too be a true success in the definition of Earl Nightingale. Success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. And as James Allen taught us, a worthy ideal is an idea that you've fallen in love with. So what idea would you love to fall in love with and move into that direction? Then it begins with willpower, because to get started we first need a boost to get going. But then it is up to us to build routines and structures into our life to make sure that we build a new paradigm, a new mental program that controls our habitual behavior, so that we have different habitual behavior which will result in different results into our lives. Isn't that amazing? It starts as simply as this. It starts with your thinking process. What thoughts do you think? Those thoughts that you think will determine the feelings that you feel. And those feelings that you feel will determine the actions that you take. And the actions that you take will determine the results in your life. So we have to start by determining what it is that we want, and then knowing that willpower will fail, so that we put in structures and routines into our lives. And that is what I want to share with you today. And I hope I've been able to be of a little bit of value to you, that you are now going to think about yourself, all right, what do I want? What do I really want? And then get yourself going through the power of will and turn that into a habitual way of being through the power of structures and routines. And if I may leave you with one little last piece of advice for today, please look at your morning routine. Because as Benjamin Franklin told us, the morning has gold in its mouth. Win the morning, my friends, and win the day. So start developing and building a beautiful morning routine that sets your day up for success. Because nothing else in the day can defeat your day when you've already won the morning. For you to create clarity, I've created something. It's called the Ultimate Life and Business Design Template, which in the link in the description below you can download for free. And I would like to leave you with that. For now, today, I would like to wish you a day with love and a day with passion. Namaste.